Hello friends, so we are again here for our lecture series on mechanics of material, and in which we are going to deal with the stiffness matrix method. Myself, Professor Pratik Prakash Kale, Assistant Professor in Civil Engineering Department of GHRIBM, Jalgaon. Okay, so we have seen in our last lecture that how to formulate the stiffness matrix for a continuous beam, that is for indeterminate structure. Now today we are going to deal with one problem, that is to solve a continuous beam problem, to analyze a continuous beam using stiffness matrix method. So moving to next. Okay, so this will be our example: analyze given beam by using displacement method, that is stiffness matrix method. So this is your continuous beam, and it is in this problem it is having one point load in AB span at center and UDL on entire span BC of 5 meter of intensity 20 kilonewton per meter. Now we have to analyze this beam using stiffness matrix method. So for that we will move to solution. So first step, for this stepwise procedure you can refer my previous video. So step 1, to find the degree of kinematic indeterminacy. So as I have explained you in my previous video, that support B and support C are simple support since they will allow rotation, that is 1 degree of freedom at each support will be there, so that will be treated as the total kinematic indeterminacy of the structure. That is, at support B there is 1 degree of freedom, that is rotational quantity, and at C there is one rotational quantity, so theta B and theta C. So total decay of this structure will be 2. So theta B and theta C will be the unknown displacements, that is unknown rotational displacements at B and C in this entire structure. Now we will assume this as they are acting clockwise, because we don't know whether the beam will rotate in clockwise at B or at C, or in anti-clockwise at B or anti-clockwise at C. So we will assume this rotation of the joints. So this is our assumption: theta B clockwise, theta C clockwise. Now to find fixed moments for the beam, since this beam is loaded with loads, so to find fixed moments, so as you have studied the fixed beam chapter, okay, in your theory of structure, or in while studying the structural analysis, so in that case you will be having this knowledge that how this fixed moments calculated. So whenever there will be a central point load acting on any fixed beam part, so for calculating FEM, consider each support is having fixed support. Okay, that is the assumption behind that. So whenever there will be a fixed beam having central point load, so both ends of that span will have a PL upon 8 support moment, that is your fixed moment for point load. And whenever there will be a fixed beam having entire span UDL, in that case that will be having FEM equal to, means both supports will have support moment equal to WL square by 12. Okay, so similarly I will denote this FEM by MAB dash, means M at A of AB span, and MBA dash, means I will denote FEM by dash sign. Okay, so to calculate these values, so PL by 8, that is 10 into 4. The 4 is the L, that is span length for AB span, and BC span, for BC span there is a 5 meter length, so L will be 5. Similarly MBC will be 20 into 5 square by 12, MCB will be 20 into 5 square by 12. Okay, here we will use anti-clockwise will be negative, taken as negative in further calculation, and clockwise will be positive. That will be seen to you clearly in our next steps. Okay, so moving to next, after calculating fixed moments, our next step is to give coordinate numbers to the joints wherever we have the unknown displacements. Okay, so we will provide ordinate number 1 to B joint, ordinate number 2 to C joint. So our I and J, that is Kij element, will represent K1 1 K1 2, okay, as like this. So now we have to formulate the stiffness matrix. Since there are two rotational unknowns only, so the stiffness matrix will be of order 2 by 2 first of all. Then the force parameters which we have to find for the unknown displacements. Okay, so I have told you in my previous video that whenever there will be a rotational displacement present as an unknown displacement, in that case the force parameter always used should be a moment force, okay, moment at that point. So for theta b there will be unknown force parameter will be mb, that is moment at b, and for theta c there will be mc. So for finding out the elements of stiffness matrix, so there is a procedure to formulate the stiffness matrix. So for that, first of all, consider each support as fixed support and apply unit rotation at ordinate 1. So ordinate 1 is our point B. So apply unit rotation means put theta b equal to 1 in the entire structure. Okay, now we are just going to rotate only support B. So since B is an intermediate support, whenever we will rotate, its effect will be on A and C will be also. Okay. So in that case, the A and C support will also get influenced. So whenever one of the end gets rotated, so there will be a generation of moment, or whenever there will be a application of moment at one of the end of fixed beam, there will be generation of rotation. This is the relation. Okay, you have to remember it, and its value will be in the next step. So put theta b equal to 1 radian. So we will get first column of stiffness matrix, that is elements k12 and k21. So k12 represents force parameter required at 1. Okay, k11 represents force parameter required at 1 due to unit rotation applied at 1. Similarly, k21 will be representing force parameter required at 2 due to the unit rotation applied at 1. That will be your k21. Okay, so similarly, look at this. So at k11, that is force parameter at 1, so total two movements we are watching here. Okay, one moment is generated for BA span and one moment is generated for BC span. Since this 4 EI upon 4 and 4 EI upon 5 is at support B, so we have to treat it a total stiffness moment present at that joint. So we have to add this. Okay, so that entire will represent us a k11 element. Okay, similarly for k21 element we have to look at the force parameter generated at second point when we have applied unit rotation at first point. So 2 EI upon 5, that is L is 5 for this BC span. So 2 EI upon 5 will be our K21 element. Similarly, for getting second column of stiffness matrix, we have to apply unit rotation at second ordinate. So applying theta C equal to 1 at C joint and considering B and C as a fixed support, the moment generated at C will be 4 EI upon L, that is 4 EI upon 5, and at the other end of this beam, that is at B end, it will be 2 EI upon L, that is 2 EI upon 5. Since these both the moments are generated in BC span, so L will be 5 meter. So we will get K12 and K22 element over here. This K12 represent force parameter at 1 due to the unit rotation applied at 2. K12 represents this, and similarly K22 will represent force parameter required at 2 due to the unit rotation applied at 2. Okay, so and since these moments which we are getting are in the direction of assumed direction of this rotational displacement, therefore they will be taken as positive. So step we now write down the stiffness matrix. So order of matrix will be 2 by 2. As I said earlier, 4 elements will be generated. This note is very important. Okay, so your stiffness matrix will look like this. Now moving to next, now to solve this question by stiffness matrix method, that is by displacement method, write down stiffness method equation. So total action at any joint will be equal to action due to external load plus unknown displacement into stiffness matrix. This is the equation of stiffness matrix. So where from figure A and B we will get this stiffness matrix like this, and adding these all figures we will get this stiffness matrix. And for writing entire stiffness equation, this will be your stiffness equation. So for that I will have pointer. Okay, so this is your stiffness equation. These are the unknown displacement, these are the total action, total force parameter at the joint. This is your action due to loading, means at support B there is a total FEM and at support C there will be a total FEM. So moving to next, now from moment equilibrium equation we have to define this total action. Okay, since this is a displacement method, so it is also known as the equilibrium method. So for that we have to apply equilibrium equation. So at support B or at joint B, total moment, that is summation of all the moments at that joint, should be equal to 0. Similarly for C joint. So these two equations will be used, and the formulation will be like this of this equation. So 0 0 means summation MB and summation MC will be equal to 0, and writing down the MB dash, that is total FEM at that. So in this case we are using clockwise equal to positive and anti-clockwise equal to negative. So there is an anti-clockwise moment generated for BC span which is equal to minus 41.67, and this is plus 5 of AB span. Okay, that is MBA dash equal to 5 and MBC dash equal to 41.67, and we have given here the sign convention as anti-clockwise positive, clockwise negative. So in that case write down all the elements and solve this equation using calculator or manual simultaneous equation. You will get this theta B and theta C value with EI in multiplication. So after that, in step 6, you have to write down slope deflection equation for each span. So for span AB, length is 4 meter, rotation at A will be 0 because A is a fixed support. There is no displacement is given at any joint, that is delta equal to 0, and theta B into EI will be 35.94 as we have got this in our calculation. So we will write down slope deflection equation. Okay, so slope deflection equation for any span will be like this always. So putting all the values, you will get each and every moment of each span. So generally there are two slope deflection equation formulated for each span. Okay, so there is span AB and span BC. So for span BC, length will be 5 meter. There is no deflection given, so the delta equal to 0. EI theta B will be 35.94 and EI theta C will be minus 70.06. Okay, so from that you will get MBC, MCB. Now in our next step we have to draw BMD. So first of all write down the support moments that you have got. Okay, since C support is a simple but end support, there will be always a zero moment. Okay, the support will not generate any kind of support moment since that is a simple support and it is a end support. Okay, so for drawing BMD, draw the beam, stretch down the projections and draw this free BMD. So this parabolic shape means UDL with simply supported span, and this triangular figure means point load at the center for simply supported span, and give this fixed end moment values and you will get the overlapped BMD or superimposed BMD. So in this way you can solve this problem using stiffness matrix method. Okay, so for today this is the end of this problem. Till that, take care and solve more problems related to this. Thank you so much.